Hello everybody, and welcome to Auto Challenge. That's right.
Auto Challenge.
We're back for episode number 3. Anyways, for the first episode of Auto Challenge, the Blader Summer picked an Aston Martin, I picked the Pagani Huayra, and the Blader Summer won that round. The second round we had to pick a hatchback car, and the Blader Summer picked the Subaru STI, and I picked the Mini Cooper, and I also lost that week. And this week here, we have a special thing for you, because it's Italian Supercar Week, and it's also a double challenge week, which means each of us has picked not one, but oh yes, 2 cars. And the Blader Summer will tell his cars first.
Alright, so what we've got is we got 2 Lamborghinis. Oh, those beauties of Italian craftsmanship. Unfortunately owned by, well, not unfortunately, but they're owned by a German company. You have the Murcielago. I'm so sorry, my Italian is suffering. It's my English coming out of me, okay? But anyway, this Murcielago.
What's the other car that you picked?
And the other one's the Gallardo.
And today what I've picked is also Lamborghini, the Lamborghini Diablo. Has to be one of the best Lamborghinis. And once again I picked the Pagani Huayra because, well, there's really no better supercar apart from Bugatti. But besides that, there's nothing really better.
But actually in some languages, Huayra is the name for when you break wind.
I'll go more over that after.
You Huayra again.
Okay, enough with your Huayra-ing. Okay, tell why you picked the Murcielago and the Gallardo.
Well, let's just talk about some sweet cars right here. Okay? Well, the Murcielago is actually the first Lamborghini made after Audi had bought the company. So it went back there in 2001. So it was one of those things, you know, they just had to come up with something, so they just came out and made this nice little car here. So it has a little bit of that German engineering, you know, because, you know, Audi has made some really great cars and they perform well in Formula 1. Okay.
Which nobody cares about. Okay, continue.
Oh, nobody cares about. That's what in that racing, you know. And it kind of goes back to, and this is a really important part, you know, is that, and if you can even look on Lamborghini's website, you know, they really captured the essence.
I already did.
Of this, that every weapon needs a master.
Read that.
So these here, they're passive weapons, but they need a master. Okay. So someone can master this wonderful piece of artwork, okay, and to take this thing here, it just goes on out there. It's got that V12 that's got 670 horsepower. Oh my goodness. It's got a 6-speed manual. Sometimes you can get a 6-speed semi-automatic. Oh, really a great car, you know. So that's something, that's why I really decided to go with that one, you know. And the Gallardo, it's just a great car, and actually it's one of the ones that they've actually used in a lot of hip-hop songs, you know, is to go out there and get, you know, have the Gallardo in there. It's just a really good car, you know, just kind of, you just imagine yourself, you know, you're going through the mountains, you know, the Apennine Highway, or maybe you might want to go South Tyrolia, you know, you go through there, hitting the wineries, you know, and you go in there and you have your favorite lady, and you're going to go in your fancy car, and you're going to be pulled right up to that winery, sit back. You are going to be the envy. You are going to be the envy. You know, the Diablo, that looks a little more for the track, you know, and the Huayra, I don't know. It looks sort of like something that Hot Wheels would come up with. You know, it doesn't have that real classic, just that muscle car that you're just going to come in there and just shows power. It shows wealth, and you're the master of your weapon. The master of your weapon. And it's going to be that confidence that just drives the ladies wild as you go on and do all the things you're going to do. Okay? And that's what it's all about. That's what it is all about. Go ahead, let's talk about your cars.
Okay, let's talk about the Lamborghini Diablo, which was, it came out in 1990, so it's the oldest of all these cars, and it was around for 11 years until it was replaced by the Murcielago, and that was by the time when Audi had bought the company, like the later summer had said. But with Lamborghini, when they had made this car, Lamborghini was not owned by Audi. They were owned by some other company. Yeah, they were owned by some company that had bought them after Chrysler got rid of them. To some random companies like Mike Concedo and V-Power sold Lamborghini to Audi in that time. So in the 90s, apparently they weren't doing that successful, even though the Diablo was very popular. They weren't that successful under the ownership of that company. Well, Chrysler owned them and they didn't have much success during that time, but then they were successful through the later part of the 90s. And that's when the car came out. And they had used the Diablo, that company, after they had bought the Lamborghini from Chrysler, because Chrysler was the company that came out with the Diablo. And what it says is that
the fact that Chrysler had anything into it actually does sort of diminish a little bit about the car with Chrysler's history.
Yeah, well, they're bad. So the Diablo was designed to become the car that would come after the Miura and the Countach, which is their two successful cars, and it was similar to the Countach in many ways, as you see if you know what a Countach was like. And that time they had, the bosses at Lamborghini had wanted to make a car that was able to go over 200 miles an hour, along with the Ferrari and Porsche of the time. And the Countach came close, but then the Ferrari and the Porsche raced to it, and the first one over 200 was the Ferrari F40. And then they had Lamborghini made the Diablo to rival that. And now none of the cars are really going for the 300, that's up to Bugatti. But we'll talk about Bugatti later. And it had an acceleration from 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. Which is very fast. Considering your car doesn't even go 0 to 60 in... Your car goes 0 to 60 in 10 minutes, so... 10 seconds. Which is a lot. And, now...
You don't mess up your girlfriend's hair.
What?
You wouldn't want to mess up your girlfriend's hair now, would you?
What does that have to do with the Lamborghini?
You don't go too fast. They should be mad at you.
It was a convertible. Yeah, but none of these are convertibles. I mean, you can get it in convertibles, but convertibles are kind of lame. For a supercar, I think that having a supercar convertible is not a good idea. One, it has to be heavier, unless you're a Lamborghini and you can figure out how to make it less heavy. But you can't go that fast, or then your whole head's just going to fly off. You're going too fast than a supercar. And now on to the...
Well, people back in, 115 years ago thought if you went 100 miles an hour, your head was going to fall off. And see what they thought. What came of that?
Yeah, well, you drive 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And my head's gone.
Okay.
The thing we really got, we got to spice this up here. Let's just talk a little bit.
Let me tell you
about Ferruccio Lamborghini.
Hold on, but I'm not. No, stop. We didn't talk about the flywheel.
0 to 60 stuff. Let's talk about. Let's talk about the Roman. Let's talk about the.
Stop. No. Let me tell you something about
Ferruccio.
He's wrong.
Lamborghini.
Now listen, here's the thing.
I'm wrong. That's Ferruccio Lamborghini, the founder of Lamborghini.
No, but the thing is that
when he started his crap, he was working in the army. He used to work on the.
And they made tractors.
And that's how his company started out making tractors.
Okay.
But they're the most powerful tractors that were out there, constantly winning in these little head-to-head battles with other tractors.
Really? Racing tractors?
No, they were having a pulling contest.
Look at me, race my tractor. Oh, it looks so cool. Look at my Lamborghini tractor.
Oh, isn't that the song that Tanny Chad? She thinks my tractor's sexy and said the turns are on. She's looking at me. Yeah, there you go. So it just confirms it, you know? You gotta like that kind of stuff. So when he came out with these cars.
Now let me say something before you say anything else.
So that's a
Let me finish. Let me finish.
It was born out of that's why it's the weapon. It came out of World War II. Even though they were the Axis and not the Allied, it was the enemy, you know. And they were the defeated ones. He kept that machine going. They did a lot of things. He kept that going, and then he was over in Rhodes, so it didn't really have a whole lot of things. They could have, you know, affected the war so much, but not that we'd want it anyhow. But the thing is that happened is. He was a man that came from the people. He came from humble beginnings.